Hi everyone, welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 7, Apply All Exponent Rules. So all of the different rules that we've learned about individually, now we're going to be combining some of them, okay? So one thing I do want to share with you and I want to make you aware of is a document that I made. It's the same chart that is in this lesson, but it's one that you could save and one that you can have open, you could print it off, you could refer back to it to hopefully help you with these questions. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. That way you can see it. And okay, so it looks like this. I'm going to put it on my message board. I'm also going to put it in the lesson intro page. So if you didn't get it after finding this video, make sure to go back and get it, all right? But I've got the definitions in there and then all the different rules that we have talked about, okay? So it's all on one page. Like I said, it would be a great thing for you to print off if you have that capability, okay? So I'll stop sharing that. And then we're going to go through a few examples. And let's go ahead and get started. So, number 1, 3/7 times 3 to the negative 9th power. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I notice that the base is the same, right? They're both 3's, which means I can use those rules for my exponents. And when you're multiplying two bases by each other, you can add the exponents. So I can rewrite this as 3 to the 7 minus 9. All right? Well, I can go ahead and solve that. That gives me 3 to the negative 2. Okay. Well, now I have a negative exponent, right? And because of the rules that we've learned in this unit, I know that I can put this in fraction form and bring this whole thing down to the denominator. All right, so 1 over 3 to the 2nd power, or 1 over 3 squared. And being that it's one of the smaller ones, I could even take it a step further and say that's equal to 1 times 3 over 3, or 1 over 9. All right, so all of this gets us down to 1/9. All right, so first I used the product rule of exponents. That was the first thing I did. And then I used the negative integer rule of exponents. Okay, that's what I did I combined those to get my answer. I'm going to do the same thing on this one actually. My base is the same, okay, and then so I can combine those exponents. I can say that this is the same thing as 5 to the 9, and actually, I'm sorry, I just realized on here, by combining them, I should have originally written it as 7 plus negative 9, which is the same thing as 7 minus 9. Okay, I should have written that earlier, and I apologize for not doing that. I will do that here. If I'm going to combine them, it's like 9 plus negative 13, which is the same thing as 5 to the 9 minus 13, which is the same thing as 5 to the negative 4. And once again, with that negative, I can make it a positive by putting it in fraction form and pulling this into my denominator. 1 over 5 to the 4th. Okay? Now the next one, don't get scared. Don't get scared. Look at this one. All right, this is from your quick check, so make sure to write it down. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. All right, but it's totally doable. Now, with that, there's a couple things we got to do. First off, because of the order of operations, right, we have to do parentheses first. Well, right now there's not a whole lot for me to do with my parentheses, inside my parentheses, but I can apply this exponent. And because of the power rule of exponents, what that tells me is that I can go ahead and I can apply this -4 into everything inside of the parentheses. So this is like saying 2 to the -3 times -4 times 9 to the 3rd power times -4. Okay? So I applied this here and I applied it here. And because it's sitting outside those parentheses, I can multiply them into the exponents inside my parentheses. Okay? Now, I still have this over, I haven't done anything to my denominator yet. 2 to the 9th power times 9 to the -10 power. Well, let's go ahead and multiply those, right? Well, -3 times -4 is +12. So that's the same thing as 2 to the 12th power times 9, and then 3 times -4 is -12. Let me just finish writing it. Okay. So now what I can do, notice that everything's being multiplied, right? So I could actually even rewrite this as 2 to the 12th over 2 to the 9th times 9 to the -12 over 9 to the -10. Okay? So now with the quotient rule of exponents, the quotient rule tells me that as long as I have those same bases, I can subtract my exponents. So now I can rewrite this as 2 to the 12 minus 9 times 9 to the -12 minus -10. Okay? I'll let you take a breath. I know this is a lot. This one's easy to apply. I can say, okay, well, 12 minus 9, that means that's 2 to the 3rd. And then over here I've got -12 minus -10. Well, that's the same thing as 9 to the -12 plus 10. When you have a subtraction symbol right next to a negative symbol, it means to add them, right? It's like they cancel each other out. Okay? Well, let's rewrite it again. 2 to the 3rd power times, and let's see, we've got 9, and then -12 plus 10 is -2. Well, I don't want to have any negative exponents, but remember, I can bring that into my denominator and it will become positive. So our final answer would be 2 to the 3rd power over 9 to the 2nd power. Okay? So I know this is a lot. We're going to be practicing this a ton in live lessons, so make sure that you come to that or watch the recordings, and of course reach out if you need extra support. Okay?